Hello everybody, my name's Ardendris, and welcome back to what is hopefully going to be the last episode, or maybe going to be the last episode. There might be one more after this depending on how long it takes us to go through what we have planned for today. So, yesterday was our Halloween episode where we finally made it to our exams. And we got to see the solo route ending, Carmilla's ending, and Damion's ending. With some... We didn't get artwork for the kiss scenes like I was expecting, but there were kiss scenes and there were nice artwork pieces, just not together. Anyways, the storyline bits for Carmilla and Damion and the exam itself were all really cool. But this time, we're starting back on day 1, so that we can go through the spell tree and learn all of Zero's spells, and get Zero's ending, and see if we can't figure out getting Lawrence's ending, because we couldn't do that one last time because it wasn't an option despite learning all of his spells. And I think I might know why. Each character has 2 events where they teach you a spell, and 2 events that are just events, non-spell, that I think you need to learn spells to unlock. We got 2 events for spells with Lawrence, but I'm not sure if we got both non-spell events. Like, I know there were 2 spell events with Damion and Carmilla, and I know we got both non-spell events with them. For Carmilla, it was the one where we took the curtain off the painting, and then there was another one where she kind of explained her past with this girl that she loved. Then Damion had one non-spell event where they told us about where they were asking their philosophical questions about how much of something can you change without changing it. And then there was another event where they told us why they were asking those questions. With Lawrence, we don't have any of that for Zero, because we just never unlocked them. But with Lawrence, we got one event where he, told us that he was hunting, where we didn't learn a spell with him. But we didn't get a second event, just continuing on that storyline, which I think is why we didn't get, which I think is why we might have not gotten the ending with him. So on this run, we're going to be skipping basically anything that we haven't seen before. I'm just we've seen this event, we're just going to skip through it. I'll be jumping around quite a bit. But we're going to be learning all of Zero's spells, all of Lawrence's spells, hopefully getting that second event we didn't see and his ending. And then whatever other spells we need for the exam. Which I don't think is any of Carmilla's spells, actually. What was it? It was Intimidate. Was a really good one for the last 2 rooms in the exam. If you have Intimidate, you intimidate a zombie who lets you get through a door to in the second to last room, and then the zombie also distracts the Reaper in the last room, so that you just win. And we're learning the Intimidate, which, okay. And then we need Moonlight, which we're going to be getting. Then we need, what is it? We need, there's a Zero event spell called, I can't remember, but you basically become a ghost and pass through walls. We're going to be learning that spell, so that got you through quite a few rooms in the exam. And then there was a room we needed philosophize for, I think. Because we needed to, like, speak to a skeleton in a cage, and they gave us bombs to open up a door, which opened up the zombie room. So basically, we're learning all these spells, intimidate, and philosophize, and we'll be able to win. So, let's get into it. We're gonna be starting off with making potions. So we can all but ignore pink potions. Look, I don't think we need any of these, actually. Oh, wait. No, we need 2. Engineered Perfection is yellow, Philosophize is just 1 red. So we need 5 red potions for just learning spells. 2 pink potions for learning spells. And then just a whole lot of yellow and blue. So, make potions. Which one do we go with? Let's go with... Let's do that. Lawrence will triple your potions output for your 3rd choice. So we'll pick up 2 yellow potions. Because if I remember correctly, the first event we get is a spell learning event with Lawrence, and if you don't have 1 yellow potion, you can't learn the spell immediately, and you have to wait for the event to pop up again. So we need at least 1 yellow potion to start with, and then we need blue potions, obviously. I'm just going to pick up another yellow potion just to be safe. So I guess we'll do this. 2, 3. I said continue. So, there we have it. And let's start off with learning... Let's start off learning our first few 0 spells. We'll start with telekinesis, I suppose. Move objects without touching them, like in a haunting. Here we go into the 0. Did I call him Damion at one point? I'm not sure if I did or not. I think I might have. 0. Let's get into Zero's first spell. Telekinesis. Start. Clean, clean, clean the house. Fay Nightshade, the neat, the tidy.
I'm sorry.
I have to apologize, Fay.
I always thought
you were a thoughtless, bumbling, devil-may-care, airheaded snob. Slob, not snob. He's the snob.
0!
0, 0. 1 adjective at a time, please.
But...
What? It seems like maybe deep down you're actually a responsible person. Yes, praise me some more.
Maybe.
Very, very deep down. Carefully, I climbed the ladder, a pail of cleaning equipment in my hand.
How?
How was Damion injured so badly? They said that they were trying to clean the top shelf of this cupboard, but while on the ladder, one of their joints gave out suddenly.
Ouch.
Yeah. I sigh. It's rare for that to happen to Damion. They're not even a klutz, so I'm pretty worried. I wasn't expecting, like, little hints about Damien's storyline here.
Oh, now?
Fay.
Don't worry.
I'm sure Damion will come home in tip-top shape after the surgery at the human shop.
Right.
So am I.
And then...
And I want to give Damion a big surprise when they get back and find this place all spick and span. Not even a single crumb of newt to be found. Why are your newts and crumbs? Huh?
Are you sure?
I think that's very kind of you. Only, are you sure you'll be fine? What do you mean?
May I remind you?
You're barely keeping your balance on top of that rickety ladder. while holding a mop in one hand and a pail of soapy water in the other.
Well,
A series of tasks that would challenge even a trained acrobat.
Right.
I am? I am!
Amazing!
Amazingly talented, aren't I?
don't.
Don't accidentally trip and fall too, Fay. You're such a worrywart, Zero. Falling in 3, 2, 1. I tiptoe on the uppermost rung, straining to reach the corner of the cupboard shelf with my mop.
The incomparable. The one and only.
No accident could possibly happen to Fay Nightshade, the one, the only. And that's cut off because we're falling over.
Ah!
Cockroach, cockroach!
Careful!
Watch out! I flinch away from the creepy crawly and simultaneously lose my balance.
Ah!
For one dizzying moment, I am in free fall. An unseen force catches me midair.
Huh?
I'm floating, buoyed up in midair by an invisible wave, as are my mop and pail on either side of me. Slowly, the force ebbs away, settling me and my mop and pail gently on the floor. My brain rattles inside my skull as I recover from the fall.
Well...
What happened?
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness I caught you in time. You scared me to death. But Zero, you're a poltergeist. You're already dead. Unless you want to turn into one, don't ever do something so.
Wait.
Wait, that's it. I'm an idiot. I should have taught you telekinesis.
Ah!
Kelano what now?
That's right.
It's a poltergeist spell that allows you to move physical objects about, like slamming doors in empty rooms, breaking plates, plunging cosmetic boxes into ponds. Or catching witches falling from ladders.
Precisely.
Or controlling a mop and pail into cleaning the cupboard without needing to hold them yourself. Are we sure we want to teach Fay this spell? I could totally see this turning into a Sorcerer's Apprentice moment. Where it's just like, all the mops are just running around with pails and their little stick arms, just making a huge mess instead of just cleaning up like they're supposed to. I could totally see Fay doing that.
Can you teach me?
That sounds useful. Teach me, Zero.
Pay attention.
Alright, prepare yourself, Fay. I'm going to teach you how to cast telekinesis. New spell acquired.
Telekinesis!
Okay, I'll accept. I was like, I've never heard it pronounced that way. Well, I suppose it makes as much sense anyways. Are we sure we trust the mop and buckets moving on their own? Once again, definitely could see this going the way of Sorcerer's Apprentice. Inch by inch, the mop and the pail rise up from the ground like zombies from the grave. Dip the mop into the pail, take the mop out.
Well done.
Not bad.
Da-dee-da!
Wipe the mop on the shelf.
But
But with a spell such as telekinesis, concentration is absolutely key. How strange. There's a round button-like thing. The instant you lose it...
Huh?
It's moving! It's moving! The spell breaks. Cockroach, it flies your own flying! The mop and pail drop as a small brown creature whirs through the room before propelling up and out of the open window.
telekinesis.
Zero's done with us. There's a look at someone who's just like, fine, I'll do it myself. Zero catches the mop right before it lands on my head, and a look of relief crosses his face briefly.
Huh.
Telekinesis isn't the easiest spell to cast, especially when you're casting it for the first time. And being frightened by flying cockroaches?
Well?
That too. When you've quite recovered, shall we try again? After an hour, under Zero's tutelage, I used telekinesis to clean, not just a cupboard, but every nook and cranny of the kitchen.
Yes!
There, when Damion returns... Fay, I'm home.
Yeah!
They're back!
I...
Can I stay? I'd like to see the look of surprise on their face, too.
Of course!
Of course. Thank you for all your help, Zero.
Apologies.
I'm sorry I caused a mess in the kitchen earlier, due to my accident. I'm going to clean it up right away, don't worry.
Oh!
Fay and Zero, what are you... why's the kitchen... Oh! Fade to black. Today I went to work. Nothing special happened, and I earned a good amount of pocket money.
Zero!
Zero, guess what?
What?
Oh, this is when we learned the glow spell.
Fine.
I'm just gonna skip through this.
Yes!
Did you?
Yeah, just going to let this go through. This isn't the same time slot we learned glow in before. Like, glow was the second event spell we got. Or the second event spell we got a chance to get, at least. There we go. Next time we run into an event like that we've seen before, I'm just gonna pause the recording and come back when it's done, rather than just watching through the whole thing, just speeding through. So, you can go back in here. Okay. Which of these do we learn now? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Just gonna go through all the Zero spells right now, and then pause recording, and just skip through the rest of the game. Come back when and if I end up getting the next Lawrence event. I think that'll work. Okay. So, let's do Whale. Wait, no, we only have 2 blue. Let's start with Chill then. We have the yellow potion already. Freeze a small area with your ghostly chill. Start.
Zero!
Zero, I'm melting!
Yes.
You certainly look like you are.
Help me!
Save me, Zero, save me before I dissolve into an icky puddle of sweat. I reach toward him dramatically as sweat perspires aggressively on my forehead. My theatrics are of no avail as Zero fixates on something else. The dragons are preparing for the Halloween activities. He peers out the window into the unseasonably balmy evening.
I wish.
I wish this house had air conditioning. As do I. Then you might stop whining about the heat and focus more on passing your exams.
Right.
I got it! I clasp my hands together and give a little pleading pout.
Zero!
Zero, do your magic air conditioning trick. Pretty please with a pumpkin on top.
For the last time...
For the last time, I am not a magic air conditioner. I am a sinister and eerie poltergeist, and the magical chill that emanates from me is akin to the deathly chill of an open grave.
Like
a sinister eldritch air conditioner? Like a sinister eldritch air conditioning?
No.
No, not air conditioning of any kind whatsoever. Melting. I really am melting. Did someone pour water on her?
Right.
I have an idea. Idea. Ugh. I'm not like having a trouble reading these. I'm having trouble just like changing letters and just saying things in the wrong order apparently today. I have an idea. Zero, teach me how to be a sinister and eerie air conditioner.
Huh?
I must do it.
The deathly chill of an open grave. I want to know how to emanate it too. Until I can afford a place with air conditioning anyway.
Fine.
Fine, if you insist, and it will stop you from complaining.
I will.
I do, and it will.
All right.
Alright, prepare yourself, Fay. I am going to teach you how to cast Chill. New spell acquired.
Chill.
I spread my hands out wide. For a second or two, nothing happened. Then...
Oh. All right.
Cool. Deliciously refreshing and cool.
Well,
Does that mean you'll stop complaining and go back to studying?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks to your nifty spell, I have become Fay Nightshade, the studious, the productive once more.
thank goodness.
Glad to hear. Do your best tonight.
All right.
Alright. I turn back to my desk to give the potion textbook I am working on my fullest attention. Dee, we need to voice those ones. They're just like,
No way.
You know.
You're making weird noises again, Faye.
Well,
I'm still casting the chill spell, right?
Hmm.
You are, partly. Partly?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you haven't been maintaining your concentration on casting the spell just now, so naturally your chill faltered a bit.
no way.
A bit? I'm starting to melt again.
I guess.
With more practice, I'm confident you'll be able to work on other things while casting chill in the background, like your own personal air conditioner.
But
But for now, it looks like if you divert any attention away from the spell, the chill you cast won't be effective.
Like,
How much more practice? Oh, give it 2 or 3 years, maybe 4.
no way.
I'm doomed.
Well,
Oh well, since I won't be able to study it tonight anyway, I might as well just focus on casting chill and enjoy the delicious cool air.
hey!
No, you don't.
I knew it.
God, I knew this would be the case from the start. My sinister, eerie air conditioner. Played like a fiddle. What? He just struck a cool he just wanted to strike a cool pose, didn't he? Just like, yes! Spell work! Zero sighs and spreads his hands. Instantly, the room becomes a degree Celsius or 2 cooler.
Well,
Well, can you study now?
thank you.
Thanks, Zero. You're the best.
stop it!
I'm not doing it for you. It's only because there isn't any other way to get you to study, and your position is quite desperate enough as it is.
But
That's still doing it for me, though.
Go away!
That's only because I don't want to be known for being friends with a witch who can't pass her Halloween exams. I'm happy you're my friend, Zero.
Stop.
Pipe down and go back to studying, Faye. And so, we spend another tiring but productive night in preparing for my upcoming exams. Before we continue on, are all of these all these Zero spells gonna be like Zero, like, get to work, and Faye's just like, okay. Like, so far, it's just been Fay being productive. Which is a little different from a lot of the other stuff in here. But anyways, we're about to get an event. It might be one we've seen before. I'm not sure.
Da-di-da.
Oh wait, no. This is the event that we didn't have a yellow potion for, so we couldn't get it at the time. This is a Lawrence event that I don't know if we've actually read through. Or... Da-di-da, can't find my books. Da-di-da, must be stolen by crooks. You probably left them in the bag you lent to your roommate. I squint while protruding my lips and holding my chin in my hand, as I think hard on mentally retracing my steps from not so earlier today.
Wow!
Whoa, I did do that, huh? Wait, Lulu, when did you get here?
What?
Lou.
Watch yourself.
Okay. So we have done this event before. I'm having trouble thinking about it right now. I thought that the glow spell came after this one, but this is the event in, like, the second episode, technically. It was the first day. We got this event, but we didn't have a yellow potion, so we couldn't do it at the time. But we did get the chance to do it again, I think, and we did, because this is looking really familiar. Lawrence takes a moment to pause and sniff the air. Did I actually read that one? It's Lawrence. Lawrence. Watch yourself, witch. Lawrence takes a moment to pause and sniff the air. The way his nose twitches is way too adorable. Well, the next time you have eggs and bacon, I will be coming to claim some for myself.
How?
How did you know all this? Creepy. Creepy. I like extended it, but the way that could have just been spelling out the letters.
No!
It's not. I'm just gonna finish reading through this event at this point. Well, we have read through it before. He sighs and pinches the bridge of his nose.
Again.
In case you forgot, again, I'm a werewolf. You have the best sense of smell in all of Halloween Town.
Now.
I caught your scent near West's shop, but it muddled with several people mingling there at once. Since that Frankenstein creature came in not long after, and you so easily gave them your bag without a second thought, I assumed you lived together.
But...
Although I could imagine you doing something like that regardless.
Wow!
Wow, we do actually. That's some pretty impressive detective work. Sight is deceptive, but sense never lie.
Oh!
Oh, hey, do you know where Damion is now?
Help me!
Help me track them down. I need my stuff in my next class.
do it yourself.
Find them yourself.
How?
How am I supposed to do that? I throw up my arms in a greatly exasperated manner and look at my werewolf companion with a huge pout on my face.
Like...
Not everyone has an all-seeing and all-knowing magic nose like you do.
Well,
you did ask me to teach you magic, didn't you? Yes?
I'll show you.
Then buckle up, Buttercup. I'll show you how to follow a scent the way I can using the spell Scent Track.
Alright!
I'm all ears. Giddily, I cup one hand behind each ear. Lawrence lets out a disgruntled huff.
Pay attention.
Pay attention, Fay, as I teach you how to cast Scent Track. New spell acquired. Lawrence demonstrates how I can smell the way wolves do. I thought it'd be complicated to improve my senses like that, but it was actually pretty simple. With the right spell, I guess anything is possible.
Scent Track!
After casting, I take a deep breath in through my nose, as if there were a delicious brew cooking on the stovetop.
Wow!
Whoa, it's like a whole new world opened up before my very nose.
Maybe.
So long as you get a good whiff of it first, you can track just about anything. Maybe even field, too. Track and field? Wait, did he just make a joke?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of running around. He's cracking jokes. We haven't seen this part of this. There's no way I would have forgotten that one. I don't have the words to convey how terrible that pun was, but I'll track you down later. I grin as I lean towards him and take a few sniffs.
Oh.
Oh, I know I haven't seen this art piece. That is adorable. Hey now, you actually smell kind of nice. Sensational, even.
What? Now
who's being creepy? Now who's being creepy?
Come on!
Oh, come on, you started it.
What?
I mean it though, you have a real earthy smell to you, like wildflowers and tree bark and mud.
Well...
I like rolling in puddles when no one else is around. He is just a dog, isn't he? Puddles? Really? Don't tell me you roll around in stinky dead things too. With my mouth ajar, I slap both hands against my cheeks.
Oh.
Wait, is that why you work at...
We're done.
Okay, we're done here.
What?
Leave.
All right.
Okay, fine. Smell you later, Lawrence. Ugh. I'm glad I actually went through that again, because we hadn't actually seen that ending. But anyways, we're back down to 0 potions. And we still have all of these to learn. And these to learn, and all of these to learn. But once again... How many blue potions do we need? 1. We need 5 blue potions here. Then we need Philosophize and Intimidate. So that's... Wait, we need Intimidate for 1 more, and Camouflage for 1 more. So we need 7 blue potions. 8 yellows. 8 yellow potions. Okay. So. Blue. That would give us 5 blue right there. And then we can buy the different color ones we need for... Excuse me. For the 0 spells. Start. Yeah, this is a Carmilla spell event. We've already seen it. So, I'm just gonna pause the recording until we get back to things we make decisions on. So, we are back. Okay, we're back. We just learned Enthrall with Carmilla there. Okay, so... I guess we'll head in, buy a red potion and buy a pink potion real quick, just so we have them. Pink potion. There we go. And red potion. Leave. Learn spells. Do we learn Whale, Hover, or Fireball next? I suppose let's learn Fireball. Defeat dragons, or make some fried eggs. The second part of that seems more Fay-like. Let's start. Learn the spells. Fay Nightshade, distress the worried. I just keep playing like a little tune to it. It never works though. That's it, just I? Okay. I've been wondering, Fay. What?
Well?
Setting aside this Halloween exam's monomania, isn't there a spell that you'd actually like to learn? A spell I'd like to learn?
Yes.
Yes, I thought it might be less stressful for you to learn a spell you've always wanted to learn.
Like...
You mean such as a spell to make every matchmaking party have a huge success?
No.
No. Anyway, you don't need a spell to manage that. That's not really the look I'd expect for that. A tinge of pink tickles my cheeks. Name Zero, I'm by far, without a shadow of a doubt, the most amazing matchmaker in Dwemer High, aren't I?
Wait.
That wasn't a... Oh, wait, that sort of was a compliment, wasn't it? Ugh.
It's love, love, love.
Love, love, love makes the world go round, round, round.
You know.
Let me put it this way. Suppose everyone you know has already found happiness in true love, and there isn't anyone left to matchmake with anyone else anymore.
Right.
I'm trying to get there, you mustn't rush me.
Hey!
That's not what I mean. Keep calm, Zero. Breathe in, breathe out. I slowly move my arms up and down in alignment with my breathing for Zero to see. His brow twitches slightly at the sight. Don't antagonize the ghost.
That means...
What I wish to say is, given the situation I described just now, wouldn't there be a spell you'd be interested in learning?
Like...
When I was little, do you remember the fantasy stories we would read together? I do. I also recall you were a lot less insufferable then.
Yes!
I loved the tales of powerful mages who would call lightning down from the sky, cleave mountains apart, and hurl fiery infernos.
Yeah!
I used to daydream about how cool it would be if I were a mage like that, battling the forces of evil with awesome spells.
Yes.
Summoning lightning and cleaving mountains are a little advanced at this stage. But how would you like to learn how to throw fireballs?
Oh!
You mean I can?
Yes.
I do. It's one of the most basic spells there is, and even a chronically truant witch like you should be able to get the hang of it in no time.
Amazing!
Awesome! Teach me, Zero!
Alright.
Alright, prepare yourself, Fay. I'm going to teach you how to cast Fireball. I do not suggest learning Fireball inside. New spell acquired.
Fireball!
Okay, we're just casting it inside then. As the area between my palms grows warmer, a small little sphere of flame flickers to life.
Wow!
Wow, fire! I made fire!
Mm-hmm.
You should have been able to cast this 10 months ago. Well, it's better late than never, I suppose.
Zero!
0, follow me!
Huh?
Where are you going? I dash down the stairs to the kitchen while Zero trails the air noiselessly behind me. With Zero trailing the air, rather.
Fireball!
0, watch! Fireball! I toss the fireball onto the stovetop, which starts burning. I grab a pan, smear some butter on the surface, and crack 2 eggs onto it. Oops, accidentally hit the mic. I went to hide my face in my hands for a second. As soon as I saw that, or make some eggs, I knew where this was going. And this is very Fay.
I see.
I hold the pan over the stove. Soon the eggs are crackling and the savory smell fills the air.
Yes!
Fireball fried eggs!
Yes.
Yes, quite. Fireball, while primarily used as combat magic, is a favorite of mages who arranged a barbecue on a day with damp weather. Next, I fill a kettle with water and throw in a satchel of tea leaves.
Right.
Look how happy Fay is. I'm going to make Fireball boiled tea, too.
Well done.
I'm so glad you are finding so many domestic uses for this spell.
But,
tell me, Fay,
well,
when are you going to give battle to a ravening kraken with your fiery infernal? When are you going to give up give battle to a ravening kraken with your fiery inferno. Save a beleaguered city by incinerating hordes of the undead led by an evil necromancer.
Well...
Zero, I know I am a long, long way away from being a true witch. I know I'm starting late, and I know there are so many things to learn in so little time. But I'm trying my best in my own way, and I know how lucky I am to have you here, helping me push through it, Zero.
Please?
Will you continue lending me your support, like you always have through all this time? He stares deeply at my person before nodding gently and nearly hiding what is the softest smile I've ever seen from him.
Eventually.
Yes, I will. Fade to black. Since there were basically no customers, I was lounging near the cash register and flipping through a magazine. That's when I got interrupted by someone clearing their throat. Glancing up, I saw Damion, who looked extremely uncomfortable. After my usual dance around them and them shying away, they finally confessed to having lost an ear that they were now looking to replace. Using scent track, I was able to locate a fitting one in a flash, rewarding me with one of Damion's rare smiles and a pat on the back from Mr. West. Yay, happy dance! At the end of the day, I get even more tips. I even got more tips than usual.
Zero.
Okay, this should be the insubstantiates cutscene, I think. You know, Zero.
Yes.
Yes, Fay.
Well...
I've been thinking, I know very little about you, don't I? Never mind, I'm wrong.
That's right.
You know very little about everything, Fay. That is why you are in such imminent danger of flunking your exams and getting expelled from Dormamere High. Oh, my mouse just died. Great. 1 second. Okay, back. Mouse working again. I reread that line.
Speaking of which,
how far did you progress with tonight's study plans? You've been by my side the whole time. You probably know the answer to that question better than I do.
oh yeah.
Do I? In which case, I must warn you that unless you start studying seriously and stop wasting time asking inane questions...
Right.
That's just it! I fold my arms across my chest in the most exasperated expression I can muster. Zero's isn't escaping this time.
Huh?
Huh?
Like...
Whenever they bring up the topic of your past, you try to deflect it and change the subject.
Do I?
Do I now?
Yes!
You do. Zero, you're my oldest friend, and I want to know more about you. But if you don't wish to tell me anything, all you have to do is say so, and I'll stop, because I respect your privacy. It isn't a matter of privacy. He lets out a defeated sigh.
Actually...
The reason I don't like to talk about my past is hardly that glamorous. I simply haven't much of a past to talk about. But you've been a poltergeist for quite a long time, haven't you?
Yes.
For much, much too long.
My earliest memories
were of haunting the north part of the graveyard in... The name escapes me.
It was...
It was a quaint little English village.
I remember.
I remember the vane of the church steeple agleam in midday, and the low, sad chimes of the church bell, telling the hour to those whom time no longer meant anything. His eyes are hazy, like the night sky, as he reminisces about the distant memories of his past.
Oh!
It sounds so peaceful there. He whips his head up towards me, my comment having broken him from his trance.
No.
Peaceful? It was so unbearably boring that it drove me out of my mind.
Eventually.
One fine night I decided I couldn't stand it any longer and left.
Mm-hmm.
I went here and there, haunting whatever took my fancy. Lonely, windswept roads, crumbling, disused castles, and dark, quaking tarns. Were you fond of those days?
Not a bit. In the past,
I was light and free and at a loss, so to speak. I drifted aimlessly wherever the wind blew.
mm-hmm.
One evening, I wound up here in Halloween Town.
Actually,
I hadn't planned to stay longer than I did anywhere else, but for one reason after another, I never was able to get around to leaving. Eventually, I just got used to the idea of living here. Is there anything you miss? But living here is great, isn't it? Is there anything you miss?
Like,
From when you were... from where you came from?
I've forgotten.
If there is, I've forgotten.
I
knew I once missed my family and friends in the slow, bitter nights when I was alone. Now, I can't remember their faces, their names, or their faces, or what their laughter sounded like.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Don't worry.
Don't me. A lot of water has flown under those bridges, and a good thing at that. I gaze into Zero's eyes, which have become slow and smoldering like embers about to die. Instinctively, I reach out to touch him, but check myself at the last moment. Zero observes this with a sad smile. What does that mean?
What?
What does what mean?
Well,
That the thing holding you is losing its grip. What does that mean?
That means...
It means my memory is weakening in my old age, which is pardonable since I have been in Halloween Town long before you were even born.
But
But you, my dear Fay, are young, and unless your memory starts improving dramatically and with great haste, you will fail your Halloween exams and get expelled from school.
yeah?
Fine, be that way. I turn to my books in a huff. Just as I am about to lift my pen, Zero speaks up.
thank you.
Thank you, Fay. For what? What for?
Never mind.
Nothing. Never mind. We spend the rest of the night in companionable silence. Darkness. The witching hour. We could get into learning one of these last two Damions. I did call him Damion this time. Zero spells. But we do have a chance to use Zero for potion making, so we're gonna take him up on it. We're just gonna make a whole bunch of yellow potions for Lawrence.
Da-di-da!
And this is a Damion. This is a Damion spell event we've already read through before, I think. Yes, it is. I was almost certain of it, so I was just like pushing forward a little bit to get the name. But we've seen it before, so we'll be back when something new happens. Okay, we're back. We didn't have the right potion, so we didn't learn Stitch. Anyways, I suppose we'll pick up Hover then. Let you float for a short while.
Zero!
Look at the geese!
Hmm.
Off they go for winter vacation. Above us, a flock of wild geese are winging southward. The pattern of their flight moves light and graceful against a deepening twilight. You know, I sometimes wonder what it would be like to be a bird flying south, crossing roaring dark seas and never-ending desert dunes.
Yes.
The ruins of forgotten cities and new towns bursting to life. And through orchards and caravan trails and little sparkling oases... That's not how you spell oasis. I think there's an I in oasis, isn't there? It's like Oaise. And over the high, lonely veldt in the bloom. Zero and I are silent for a moment as we contemplate how wonderful the birds' annual pilgrimages must be.
Unfortunately.
Sadly, I do not know any spell that lets you turn into a wild goose, but...
Well?
Do you want to know how it feels to be airborne?
Can you teach me?
You can teach me a spell to fly? Really?
No.
Almost. I can teach you a spell that allows you to hover. You won't grow wings or dance in the sky or feel the shouting wind sweep against your face.
But
Hover will let you slip the surly bonds of the earth. For a time. Zero, teach me to hover!
alright.
Alright, prepare yourself, Fay. I'm going to teach you how to cast... hover. I was like... I double-checked for a second. I hadn't misread that again. New spell acquired. This is taking quite a while, just to get through the spells.
Hover!
Some dull and heavy force, which I hadn't realized was dragging me down all this time, begins to fray. My shoulders feel light, as though I had slipped off a bag full of stones. Zero, my feet, they're...
Yes.
Smug look. No longer touching the ground. Yes, we have liftoff.
Don't worry.
You will find it difficult to keep upright in the air on your first attempts. Don't worry, it's perfectly natural. Zero, I'm flying! I fling my arms out wide, as if they were wings. The dry autumn breeze caressing my face, my hair, my skin.
Alright!
Geese, oh you silly geese, watch this! I dart at the small clutch of wild geese circling above, watching me half in askance and half in curiosity. As I inch closer, they erupt in a cacophony of indignant cries and dart off in every direction, leaving me gasping with laughter.
Yes!
I can fly! Zero, let's fly south too!
Unfortunately.
If only we could. What's happening? My arms feel heavy.
Don't.
You've done extraordinarily well for someone who has cast hover for the first time. Don't push your luck, Fay. It isn't safe to try to climb any higher.
Why?
Why not? I'm going to keep flying!
Well?
Time for you to come down to Earth, before Earth drags you down and makes you flatter than a pancake. Flatter than a pancake?
That's how it is.
That's what happens when you run out of magic and gravity takes its revenge.
Pay attention.
This is hover, not insubstantiate. You still have a physical form, after all. We haven't even learned that spell yet.
Ah!
Reluctantly, I give in to the pulling forces that seem intent on bringing me down from the air.
You know.
Those who just learned hover usually cannot keep airborne higher than a few inches and longer than a few seconds.
But
with more practice you can learn to go higher and longer, but you will have a limit, as do I. Even you? My feet once again brush the ground. I find myself doubled over and panting, as though I had just run a marathon.
of course.
Of course, at your altitude just now, we poltergeists can use hover pretty much indefinitely, but even we have a limit to how high we can reach before our magic fails us. When we cast hover, we use supernatural magic to surpass the limitations placed on us by nature. For a minute, an hour, a day. But their flight, Fay. We turn to watch the last little specks from the flock of wild geese, disappearing from view into the horizon.
Yes.
Is a magic all of its own. Fade to black. And I suppose might as well learn whale too. Let out a screech that can break glass or deafen anything in range. This is the last spell event we haven't seen before. So, going to read through this, And then I'm going to pause the recording. Oh, this is going so long. But if it works out, the only thing new to see after Whale will be the Lawrence ending and the Zero ending. So this is just going to be a pretty long episode in hopes that it can be the last one. Anyways, we're gonna read through Rail here, and then I'm gonna pause recording, and then we'll come back. We'll probably come back for the last story bit for Zero, the last story bit for Lawrence, and then straight into the exams. Like, I probably won't even go through all the exams, probably just come back in the Reaper room. But anyways, Whale. Start. Oh, let out a screech that can break glass or deafen anything in range.
Zero!
Zero, I've been thinking...
Well done.
Splendid. Will it become something you intend to do on a regular basis?
Right.
You've been around Halloween Town for ages, haven't you?
Yes.
You could say that.
Well...
Remember when we first met that night a century ago? I was a snotty little kid.
Why?
Why the past tense, Fay? And when I suddenly saw you glaring and hovering right in front of me, I burst into tears. I just glossed over that fact. Fay does not seem like they're a century old. I get that they're a witch and they live for a long time, but this is not the behavior of someone who's lived for 100 years. Although, I suppose, in, like, Lord of the Rings, like, 100-year-old elf is still an adolescent. So I suppose it kind of makes sense. I read the line. I wasn't glaring, and I clearly remember I apologized repeatedly.
Right.
You did. I stopped crying because it looked like I was scaring you even more than you were scaring me.
I admit it.
Not the most glorious highlight of my career as a poltergeist, I will admit. A snicker escapes my lips.
Well...
Pretty glorious to look back on now, though. Tongue.
Anyway...
You probably know all kinds of things about Halloween Town. Probably.
Like...
Such as the generations of students who attended Dormamere High?
Yes.
A school of a long and distinguished history.
And then...
And the graduation exams they had to take every Halloween?
I see.
Ah yes, I see what you're after now.
Can you teach me?
Teach me, Zero. Teach me a spell that will help me pass all the Halloween exams.
Unfortunately,
no such spell exists.
that's how it is.
Estella does a great job at changing the nature and layout of the exams year by year, and the obstacles she sets are unpredictable even to me.
No way!
Alas, alack, oh woe is me.
But...
However... One test I notice she is particularly fond of is to devise a monster that will try to obstruct the student. The zombie or the Reaper?
Yeah?
How scary! What is the monster's weakness?
let me think.
It's difficult to say. On some years, the monster she used was weak to fire, on others weak to ice.
Maybe.
Some could only be overcome by magic, others had to be stopped with physical objects. How depressingly unpredictable. In a great show of exasperation, I throw my hands up into the air and knock back my head.
No way!
There's no shortcut to passing, huh?
Actually...
But come to think of it, none of them are invulnerable to noise. I perk back up. Noise?
Yes.
I can teach you well, a spell that lets you emit a screech so loud it deafens and stuns anything within hearing range. It also temporarily blocks your ears so you won't become a part of the afflicted party. Heckhounds, imps, harpies, even dragons. Hit any of them with a whale at full blast and they'll all need a minute or 10 to regain their senses.
Maybe.
It could buy you the breathing room you need to get away.
Right.
That sounds useful. Wait, did you say dragons? Just
Don't
glossed over that
worry.
for a second. Oh, don't worry about that. The school made her stop using them on students after too many concerned parents complained.
Pay attention.
Anyway, prepare yourself, Fay. I'm going to teach you how to cast a whale. New spell acquired. Ready?
Wait.
1 second. Your neighbors
Yes.
have been warned and are out walking their heckhounds. Damion
Yeah.
has taken off their ears. Okay, good. Zero stops his ears with his fingers and scrunches his face.
All right.
Now!
Ah!
Wasn't exactly the type of yell I was expecting. But look at Fay go! Putting their entire body into it, just rah! Rah! Judging by the expression of excruciating pain on Zero's face, Whale is even more powerful than I ever imagined.
Stop.
Enough, enough, stop. Really, look at that face. That is not a happy face. I was just starting to have fun.
Stop it.
Any louder and you'll cause nearby windows and mirrors to shatter.
Think about it.
Not to mention all those vials of potion you have stocked up. Wouldn't want to repurchase all of those for the exams now, would you?
No, no, no.
Oh, no. Was I really that loud?
Yes.
You were. Be sure to use whale carefully and sparingly. Zero folds his arms, looking quite pleased with himself.
Huh.
I'd love to see the look on Estella's face when she finds out her precious monsters can all be beaten by someone screaming very, very loudly. You know, Zero, I'm surprised you're on a first-name basis with Miss Magwitch. She's so forbidding and severe to everyone.
Because...
That's because you haven't known her since the first day she arrived at Halloween Town, lost and penniless and running away from a broken heart. Miss Magwitch? Broken heart? How? Who? Why? When?
Don't.
I'm not going to gossip with you about your superiors. Practice the spell a couple more times when nobody is nearby, obviously.
And then...
And when the day of reckoning comes, wail and watch Magwitch's monsters flee in terror.
Yeah.
There you go. Fade to black. This is the storage room one. I don't think we have the spell to get out, so we're just gonna get it lost, aren't we? Oh. Okay. Not knowing how to get back to the stairs, I cast Wail to make noise and waited for Mr. West. I wasn't expecting that to work. When he finally came, he was surprised to see the dagger, which he thought was lost. Thankfully, the joy quickly quenched his anger. In fact, he even gave me a small bonus for finding it. I gotta read through that, because that was an ending. We hadn't seen to that before. Okay, this isn't the... I keep forgetting what it's called. I don't think this is the spell event that lets us go through walls. I think this is probably the second story event for Zero. So the next thing for Zero, I think, would be the ending. So let's go through this.
Well?
Huh?
What?
What's the matter?
You've been sneaking glances at me for the better part of the last 2 hours. When are you going to tell me what's the matter? I feel on my thumbs and glance upwards at his fixated stare.
I don't know.
Oh, please.
Don't spare me, I can take it.
Tell me.
Am I wearing my shirt on the wrong way? Is my face disfigured by an outbreak of ghostly acne? Is a poltergeist pigeon splattered poltergeist dropping atop my head?
Really?
Are there really poltergeist pigeons that can do that?
No.
No, which is what makes your behavior all the more puzzling. We poltergeists do not change our appearance, ever. Not in our dress, not in our acne, not even in the ghastly droppings of poltergeist pigeons on our head.
What?
But you have changed. I can't put my finger on it, but...
For the last time.
For the last time, Fay, poltergeists never outwardly change.
Right.
That's it.
What?
What's it?
I'm sure.
You've inwardly changed, I'm sure of it. I thought this since our last... No, I've thought this for some time now. Maybe longer than I know I knew.
Like...
I thought you feel different from how you used to be.
Remember?
You can't feel me, remember? No, I can, and I figured out exactly how you're different.
Astonish me.
Right.
You're fading. His eyebrows rise, then subsequently fall, and the bright red shine in his eyes, that always radiates so profusely, dims.
I'm fading.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so gradual, day by day, that I never notice it happening right in front of my very eyes.
What?
But Zero, you're not as sharply defined as you were when we first met, or even a year ago.
Zero!
Zero, what's going on? Talk to me!
Remember?
Do you know how poltergeists come into existence?
Of course!
Of course. Let's see. A human dies somewhere, right? Then,
You know.
poltergeists come into existence when a person dies with an unresolved matter near and dear to their heart.
That means...
They, we, cannot bear to leave this world having left undone that which we ought to have done. Oh. I try and rack my mind around what he just told me, and my overworked brain from all this potion cramming begins to fry. Zero watches me struggle and sighs before signaling me to pay attention as he continues his explanation.
In the past...
I've met malevolent poltergeists who were murdered and taken to haunting the house of the dead and tormenting those who try to live there. Of their death, rather, not their dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I've met benevolent poltergeists who left a debt unpaid and in repentance try to keep help the living.
But
what we all have in common is, when the unresolved matter is resolved, we move on. Move on?
yes.
I like this art. I've said that about every art piece, haven't I? I think I have. It's true, I like this art. Poltergeists aren't natural, and in nature's grand scheme of life and death, there is no place for us.
That means...
We are tied to this world by the unresolved matter our hearts cling to. When that disappears, so must we. Zero, if you don't mind me asking, what does your heart cling to?
I've forgotten.
Huh?
That's right.
Some poltergeists resolve their problem dramatically, like hunting down their murderer or helping the child of a friend they had once let down.
But
for most of us, the resolution comes in due time as time heals our wounds, Essentially, we end up forgetting that which bound us here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised it's kept me around for so long. I suppose I must be forgetting everything at last.
0!
A wave of emotion rushes to my face, and it takes every ounce of control to not fling myself at him, my childhood friend, upon learning the truth.
Oh, now?
You're not about to cry, are you?
No, no, no!
No, of course not. I'm the one and only Fay Nightshade. That's good. Are those like little teardrops? Those aren't usually there. There are definitely like little teardrops in the corner of Fay's eyes. That's good. I've always hated to see you cry, Fay. And don't leave. But you're saying you'll disappear. This is more like pleading, I don't want you to go. This is more like, but I need to cry because you're going away.
Please?
Then don't leave. Don't move on, please.
You know.
Nothing lasts forever. Not even poltergeists. All things must come to an end. Is there anything I can do to stop you from disappearing? Anything at all?
No.
I don't think so, unless you can make me remember the reason why I had become a poltergeist in the first place.
But
that's impossible, realistically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows my birth name, or who I was, or when I died. Nothing remains of all that, except maybe a faint ache in my chest, and even that is fading. As Zero speaks of a faint ache in his chest, I can feel a strong one brewing within mine.
0!
Do you want to move on? If you do, I'm glad for you that you're forgetting. But if not,
Well...
do you want to remain here together with me just for a while longer? Zero is quiet for a long time. Then, without a word, he leans in close to me and kisses the top of my head. I can't feel his touch. There is only a chilling sensation that causes my skin to tingle and make tears form in my eyes. I blink to force them down. There were no words spoken for the rest of our evening, held in each other's company, but I never felt more heard. Okay. Oh, this is going on for so long. What if I end this video here? The next video is only going to be like 20 minutes. Which I suppose would be okay. You know what? No, this is just going to be a long one. I'm going to go through the Lawrence spells, pick up what I need to beat the exams. And then, when you guys next see us, will be for a new event for Lawrence so we can unlock his ending, or for the end of the exams. Hopefully we get Lawrence's ending. If we end up having to do another video because we can't get Lawrence's ending, I'm going to be a little upset. But anyways, as I said, I'm going to pause it here. I'll see you guys. You'll see me in just a couple seconds. It's probably going to be like 45 minutes till I see you next. So, hang in there. Okay, we're back. Ended up going a couple days through, learned all the Lawrence spells, and picked up a couple of like the event spells. Went through ended up getting both Lawrence's other event spell and Zero's Imperviate I can never remember what it's called, the one you go through walls. And finally, pick up Lawrence's second story event, rather than the spell event. We got the first one where he's like, yeah, what do you do for fun? Oh, I am in a hunting charter. But once I went after this big monster, it killed a group of it killed one of our group hunting members, and then disappeared, never to be found again. Or whatever the storyline was at. Something... I hope you can make sense of whatever rambling I just did. But anyways, we got Lawrence's first story a bit. If you want like an actual clear picture of it that was episode 3 or 4, I think. But anyways, yeah, it starts off, Lawrence is like, hey, if you're such a good matchmaker, why aren't you dating someone? And I wish I'd been recording that bit, because I actually chose the other option this time. And Faye's just like, what? That's completely different. It's like getting candy for trick-or-treaters. And then Lawrence just, like, started getting really excited because she said something about people at the door. Like he did the whole puppy, oh, there's someone at the door, oof, 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 oof. Almost. Just shy of it. I think I blacked out there for a second. Words just started coming out of my mouth in some order. Hopefully there was some sense in there. But anyways, Lawrence's second story event. Here it is. And the first line is something. Oh, puppy, 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 are you in today?
My dear.
Oh, darling, if you're looking for Lawrence, he's in the back.
Thank you!
Is he? Thanks, Carmilla. I poke my head around the corner to see Lawrence shoving something into a large satchel. Lying around him, I see a first aid kit, food rations, warm clothes, and camping supplies. Is he going out?
Lawrence!
Lawrence, are you busy?
Not really.
Not really. Need something?
Well...
I was going to ask if you wanted to go on another walk.
A walk?
Lawrence is adorable! At first glance, I put him as like my third of the 4 favorites. My third favorite out of the 4, characters. But when you get to know him, he's adorable. And Zero is still my least favorite, but I still like Zero. A walk. His tail starts wagging the minute I say the word. However, he notices I'm watching it, with a grin on my face to boot, and he tucks it into his belt. Aww.
All right.
I can spare a minute. Business is slow, and I won't be leaving for my hunt until tomorrow.
Come on!
Oh, goody. Come on, let's go. As we leave the shop, I cannot shake the feeling that Lawrence seems a little too willing to drop everything and come with me on just a walk. I know he loves walks, too, but... Lawrence, do you really want to go hunting? It's been getting extra chilly all night.
Well...
It's not a matter of wanting. I can't go home otherwise. Huh? Why not? Hunting is a rite of passage in most werewolf clans.
Because...
When a pup comes of age, they need to prove themselves a worthy hunter to earn their right to return.
And then...
Once a werewolf amasses enough verified hunts under the Wild Hunt, they may return and present themselves to the clan elders. If the elders approve, they may let you back in. And if they don't? They call them lone wolves for a reason.
No way!
Jeez, a group of geezers can just tell you that you can't see your family anymore? That's so rough. Well, my situation is a little different.
Normally...
You'd only have to go out on a couple of hunts, but the leader of my clan has it out for me. I used to be best friends with her son, but he was the friend that died on the hunting trip. He trails off, his shoulders and ears droop in unison. Are you okay? He nods.
Well...
What happened? If you're okay with talking about it, that is.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. I've had enough time to cope. A sigh escapes him, so deep and sorrowful that I catch my breath.
A long time ago.
My friend and I, when we were pups, used to get jealous of the adults in the pack going out on their own to hunt.
Actually...
We weren't allowed to without supervision, but we got tired of waiting around. So, one day we just went out.
But...
We only thought we'd manage to get a few rabbits, but we came across a really powerful monster.
And then...
It came barreling down on us so quickly, it would have ripped me in half if my friend hadn't... Lawrence chops his eyes down and looks at his hands before breathing in starkly and clenching his fists. I want to reach out to him, but cannot find the right words. Oh no.
I don't blame her.
The clan's alpha still blames me for his death, and I don't blame her.
Anyways...
The moment I came of age, she took me to the edge of town and told me to start my hunt before I could say goodbye to anyone.
And then...
I've been out here ever since.
No way!
Lawrence, that's terrible!
But
I plan to show her my conviction.
I will.
When I find and take down a creature as powerful as the one that killed him, she'll have no choice but to recognize me.
Well...
Well, is there anything I can do to help? My offer seems to break him from his trance. He stares at me while shaking his head and making dismissive gestures.
Focus.
Just focus on your exams for now.
But
how will that do anything? I want to support you in a way that means something. That will suffice. I don't want to be worrying about you failing while I'm trying to focus on my prey.
Now...
So, just do your best on your thing. Just do your best on your thing, and I'll do the same on mine. We can meet here to celebrate when we succeed. I fold my arms and squint at him skeptically. He has an unfortunate knack for giving me a serious case of the worry warts. Okay.
Da-dee-da!
But you better make it back in one da-dee-da piece. Otherwise, I'll find that monster myself and turn it into a toad.
I guess.
I guess it'll still croak either way. No way, that was so bad. We both get a bit of a giggle out of it. I don't think I've ever seen Lawrence earnestly laugh before. Something about it feels really warm.
Right.
Okay, but seriously, good luck, Lawrence. I'll be rooting for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. For you as well. System. Lawrence is no longer available as your assistant. Okay. Okay, so you can't even learn the rest of his spells anymore. It's a good thing we learned all of them. So, I'm going to read through Philosophize and Intimidate. Or, I'm going to go through those by myself. Finish up getting the rest of the potions we'll need for that. And then, we'll be back with the exams. I don't think there's going to be any more breaks before the exams. So I'm going to finish up with these, and then we'll get to our last two endings and finish up with the game. Okay. We're back here just before we go into the exams. And sadly, it's not shown on this page. But I currently have 39 potions. So we get to see what either of these other options do, because we do not need the 20 potions from Miss Magwitch at all. Do we leech potions from Mr. West, or help a classmate find love? Before our final exams, let's help a classmate find love. Well, there isn't a whole lot I can do last minute, so I might as well help out a lonely soul or two. Looking around, I find my target almost immediately, a nervous-looking zombie pining for a beautiful mermaid. By clearing away the clouds with moonlight, I set the perfect atmosphere for a confession. Oh. With my help, even the nervous guy managed to score a date with flying colors. He gives me an extra set of potions as thanks. It's time. We don't need to read through all that again.
Alright!
And here we go. Do we do Zero's first or Lawrence's first? I want to do Lawrence's first because we should have had it last time. So, I'll click this, hang out with Lawrence. Actually, drop in a save right here. Return. So, I'll bring you back at the ending for Lawrence first. Welcome back. We just finished the exams, and we get to see Lawrence's ending. I dash off to the square almost immediately after hearing the results of my exams. Lawrence said he would meet me to celebrate, but I wasn't able to find him anywhere. Anxiety nags at my mind. Did something bad happen to him? Oh no, oh no.
Duh.
Dumb dog, he promised he'd be okay.
I'm fine.
And I am. Hearing a huffing noise behind me, I turn around in a flash.
Lawrence!
Lawrence, I did it! I passed! My smile disappears the moment I see him staggering towards me. He has a bit of a limp, but there's a light in his eyes I haven't seen before. Overcome with concern, I rush over to his side in case he falls, and he puts both of his hands on my shoulders. His tail is wagging excitedly, and this time he doesn't even bother to hide it. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Never better.
You know.
That monster I told you about a while ago, we took it down this time, for good. Oh!
And then...
And while we were investigating it, I realized something.
Well...
Those fangs, they were the same ones that hurt my friend all those years ago.
Now...
That beast, it won't be able to harm anyone ever again. Two thumbs up.
Wow!
Lawrence, that's great news. His arms are on my shoulders, so natural I wrap mine around him to pull him into a hug. He makes a sort of whiny noise in surprise, but returns the gesture nonetheless.
Right.
Are you ready to tell the Elder about it? Surely she'll recognize how serious you are now. She already knows. After we made the kill, we howled to tell every clan for miles of our victory. She heard me, Fay. I'm allowed to return home whenever I want from now on.
Amazing!
That's super amazing. When are you going? Tomorrow. They're organizing a big homecoming party for me. Tomorrow? I'm happy for him. I really am. But the thought of never being able to see him again, and on such short notice at that, I can only squeeze him tighter. You must be so excited, being able to see your family and friends after all those years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. Silence pervades for a moment. I can't see his face, but I feel him gently back out of my arms. My hands still linger on top of his.
Now...
So...
Go ahead.
When are you going to start begging me to stay? What?
No way!
Why would... I couldn't do that. That's too selfish even for me, Fay Nightshade. Then, did you want to come with me? Would that even be allowed? I'm not aware anything. Wait, before that, wouldn't it be weird for you to bring me along? Why would you want me to meet your family? He's like, wait, what? I can hear the sound of my own heartbeat ringing in my ears.
Now...
Fay. Can an expert matchmaker really not recognize a confession when they see one? Huh?
Fine.
You really are a total pumpkinhead sometimes, you know that? Let me spell it out for you then. Lawrence pulls his mask down to reveal the most overconfident smile I've ever seen. We finally get to see his mouth. Fay Nightshade, I have no idea how you did it, but on the night of my hunt, all I could think about was you.
Actually...
When we killed the beast, my instincts told me that I was finally strong enough to protect you.
I think...
I don't know a lot about this kind of stuff, but if I had to take a gander, I think I'm in love with you. I'm sorry, did you say something? Don't make me go on that sappy spiel again.
What?
Oh, but I didn't hear it. Don't you want me to know your feelings? Fine. Fay Nightshade, Lawrence gets about halfway through going over it, though his face looks a lot redder this time. I think I must have been smiling too widely, and he pokes a finger into my cheek.
Now...
What's with the grin? You definitely heard it the first time, didn't you? Maybe, but I wouldn't mind hearing it another time. More 10. How about I just show you then? Before I can register it, he pulls me into a kiss. He still smells like wildflowers and mud, and he nearly tries to lick me instead of using his lips. But he picks up on what to do rather quickly. He literally is just a dog. When we separate, I catch his tail wagging a mile a minute out of the corner of my eye.
I don't think I can go with you for very long or tell you not to go at all, but I want to stay with you.
Me too. Halloween Town is more of a home to me than anywhere else by now.
Lawrence glances away and fidgets with his collar while giving a shy huff. I buy a peek of rosy undertones on his cheeks.
I've grown rather fond of it. And the people here.
So you'll stay?
If it means staying beside you, I'd gladly remain here for the rest of my life.
Look at that smile. Straightened up and chest puffed out, he directs himself at my person and looks me in the eyes with the most unwavering gazes before thumping his hand over his heart. My face flushes with endless warmth. If he looks at me like that, I won't be able to help myself.
Do you really mean that?
I forgot this part would have been voice acted.
I swear it on every star in the sky. In fact, I've never been more serious about anything else in my life.
Really?
Lawrence!
The end. You've unlocked Lawrence's ending. With you forever. There's the credits again. Here's the main screen. And finally, without further ado, our final tiny bit, the final bits of Witches X Warlocks. The Zero ending. I'll see you in just a moment. I am back, and for one final time, we see our exams passed page. Let's get into the final ending, the Zero ending.
Da-di-da!
Genius, a dormer high, da-di-da. Fay Nightshade, the clever, the brainy, da-da-da.
Well done.
Well done, Fay. Congratulations. Wasn't I absolutely marvelous? You were. No snide remarks, no sarcastic jabs.
I'm proud of you.
The earliest part of the evening was given to a post-exam celebration in Dormermere High. Not as good as my matchmaking parties, but pretty close. Now I'm back in my room, worn out and sleepy, but indescribably happy. Zero is hovering next to me with that sweet smile on his face I hadn't seen in what feels like forever.
I will!
I'm going to make you prouder yet.
How?
Oh?
Yes!
Psst, listen, I figured out a spell that will let me touch you at long last.
Don't be silly.
Such spells. No such spell exists.
Zero!
Which goes on to show, not even you know everything, Zero. Watch this. Desubstantiate. I used the potion Miss Magwitch had specially prepared just for me and cast a spell.
This!
Fay, you're... Ta-da!
What?
What's going on? Are you okay? My body feels light and airy, as if freed from shackles that had been dragging me down all my life. Looking down at my person lying on the couch, I realized that my body was the shackles. Who is this cute and lovely little witch lounging on the sofa? Is that what I look like?
Why?
What did the spell do? Your spirit, it left your body?
Wait.
You've become all ghostly, like insubstantiate, but you feel so warm, so full of life. Wait a second. Zero, what did you just say?
How?
You feel warm to me. You feel warm to me. You feel warm to me.
Yes!
The spell works!
Why?
I don't believe it. I'm a poltergeist. I haven't got a sense of touch, and I've forgotten what warmth is. And yet, why do I feel warm now? When you're close to me.
Yeah!
Just wait until I do this. I grab his hand. For a moment, fear and doubt seizes me, and I wonder if my hand will pass through his, in spite of everything like it always had before. But they don't. My fingers close around Zero's, and I feel, for this first time, the shape and contour of his hand. It's positively exhilarating. The initial icy cold touch of his skin quickly turns warm.
Oh!
This is what your hand feels like. I think you've got a pretty nice hand, Zero. He glances away at my compliment, rubbing the back of his neck with his free hand. I'm glad you think so. I don't suppose you mind telling me exactly what's going on?
Right.
All in good time. Now, let me try something else. I fling my arms around him and squeeze. I've caught you at last. Fay. Shocked, he stands still for a brief moment. Then, gingerly and hesitantly, he brings his arms around me. Fay, look at me. Pulling away slightly, Zero gently grabs the tip of my chin and lifts up my head.
Zero.
This is Zero. I...
Don't worry.
It's alright, I know. His burning ruby eyes reflect into my own and encompass my entire universe. Gradually, inch by inch, our faces draw nearer to each other. His nose touches mine, and for just a split second, I feel the feathery touch of his lips against my own. Whoa! I fall right through him and smack back down into my body and flop on the floor like a sack of bricks. Aw, man. The spell wore off with the most unfortunate of timing.
Ouch.
Oh dear, that looked like it hurt.
Damion.
It did, and it does. Wait, what? What? Why did Fay just say Damion? I feel like the wrong voice line was put in here. It did, and it does. Ow, ow, ow. Fay Nightshade, the clumsy, the heavy. We look at each other and burst into laughter. Then sudden tears begin to well and fall down my face.
Don't.
Hey, don't cry. You know I hate to see you cry.
No way!
I'm not crying.
Hmm.
You are?
It's
It's only because I'm so happy.
Why?
So am I, Fay. You're wonderful, but you mustn't cry. With a few sniffles and a crack in my voice, I start to speak.
Well...
The spell, desubstantiate. Miss Magwitch taught it to me, you know?
But...
If anyone would know the spell, it'd be Estella, of course. But why would she teach it to you? At the party earlier, she asked why I seemed so glum, even though I had aced the exams.
I wish.
I told her about you, and how you are fading, and how much I desperately wanted to hug you properly, just once before you move on. She said... I wipe my nose using the back of my wrist, and after a quick shake of my head, slap both hands firmly against my cheeks to help keep my composure.
Like...
She said desubstantiate might help me.
Yes.
And it did.
But...
But the spell consumes too much magic, and I couldn't keep it up. Just...
Please?
Don't move on just yet, Zero. Let me try again tomorrow, please. And we could continue where we left off just now. Blushing nervously, I am twiddling my fingers when I look up at Zero, gesturing at himself.
Don't worry.
I'm not going to move on tomorrow. Can't you see?
How?
See what? Oh, your form! It's all sharp and crispy again. But how?
Yes.
It assuredly is.
That's right.
When you cast that spell, and again when you hugged me, it made me remember everything. Who I was, how my life went, and the reason I became a poltergeist.
What was the reason? The reason you became a poltergeist?
A smile, so soft and endearing, wanders across his face and sets my heart aglow. Look at that smile.
It doesn't matter now. All that matters is that I'm here with you. I told you, didn't I? A lot of water has flown under those bridges, and some grudges are best forgotten.
Does that mean You won't leave?
I won't. For as long as you want me to be here with you, I will forever be by your side.
The one and only Fay Nightshade. The end. And you've unlocked Zero's ending, a new reason to live. And as we go through the credits for the last time and return to the main menu, we have finished up Witches X Warlocks. We've seen every event, we've seen every spell. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, going through all the shop events again, with like the special events where if you have a certain spell you get extra cash in the shop, I succeeded on every single one somehow. But anyways, I was going through closing remarks for the series. But anyways, going through every story event, every spell event, every learning of spells, and finally passing the exams 5 times over to unlock all 5 endings, we finally come to the end of our adventures in Witches X Warlocks. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. I'm not gonna say of the 2 visual novels we've done so far on this channel, I prefer Pit Stop in Purgatory to Witches X Warlocks, but I'm calling Pit Stop in Purgatory like a 9 out of 10, or I'd probably put Pit Stop in Purgatory at a 9 or 10 out of 10. I'm putting this one at like an 8 or a 9. Like, I prefer Pit Stop in Purgatory, but this was really good too. And maybe I'm being generous. Maybe I'm generous, but I enjoyed myself that much with both of them, where I would happily give them 10 9s or 8s. Nothing lower than that. Like, 8 is pushing it low, in my opinion, for either of them. Music, love. Art, love. Love the characters. Actually, love the characters. Favorite? Second favorite, but barely. Third favorite, but barely. Fourth favorite, but barely. And I love them all. Zero grew on me. I didn't like Zero at first. Zero grew on me. And not that I didn't like Zero. I didn't dislike Zero. I just wasn't a huge fan of Zero. But even these two, who I didn't like as much, or even him, who I didn't like as much, grew on me a lot. And I love Zero as a character. Carmilla and Damion are adorable. Lawrence is adorable. Zero is cool. He's not as adorable as the other 3. I love all the characters. I love the art. I love the music. Not much more to say at it. Even like how the game was done, I liked it. Going back through to get the different endings was a little tedious because it was just like, okay, make more potions. I've done this event, so I don't have to read it through again. Go through all of these. Got a little tedious at the end, trying to unlock Lawrence's and Zero's ending, but I'm okay with that. With how much enjoyment we got out of it, I'm okay with a little bit of tediousness at the very end. But I don't really have much else to say. I said it a few minutes into the first episode. I kind of forgot until we were like a little ways into the beginning of the story bits. But as we close out, just gonna give a little shout out. If you want to pick up this game for yourself, check it out on Steam. You can pick up the free version, which has these 3 characters. Or if you want those extra like chibi art pieces or some extra other art pieces, you can pick up the full version, which also includes Lawrence. And that is the end. So, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have. And I hope to see you next time for whatever we're doing. Sunless Sea is still going on. That'll wrap up eventually. When something else will eventually take up the place as a second series. But for now, I want to thank you very much for I want to thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. So, take care everyone.